Are for sure. So, Storm Chasers today, I have adult film actress and star. I just say adult star because she definitely, you take the attention in any scene that you're in. Like, period. It is what it is. Miss Cali Caliente from San Francisco, California. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Hi, everybody.
Look, it's pre-recorded, of course. So when you go back and you look at the comments, they're gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, she's so pretty."
Well, I'll just treat it like it's live. That way, they get the full experience.
Yeah. So they get the full experience, totally. So I wanted to start off by actually playing a viral clip of you on TikTok, if you don't mind.
Okay, yeah. Oh shit. Sorry.
Because this right here, I was already a fan, but after this clip, I was like, okay, I'm a fan for real now. Okay, you should be able to hear it now.
Yes, I like being ran. Yes, I like gangbangs. I like being manhandled by several different men at once. If you want to call it being ran, you call it whatever the fuck you want. I'm sexually liberated. And I'm a goddess, and I deserve to have hands all over my body. I deserve to be worshipped. Like, why not deserve that attention?
All right, so you
yes.
Okay, so that clip right there went viral everywhere. You was all over the shade room, the neighborhood talk. And first off, how did you feel about going viral in that way? Like, what was that like for you?
Initially, I was extremely excited about it. Because I don't know, like, if you know about going viral, then you know, like, there's waves, right? And it starts out like, oh my God, look at you. Oh my God, you're so pretty. You get all this positivity. And then it starts to go left real fast. True. And by the time the last of the Mohicans get to it, they done slandered and, made it demonic and like all this other stuff. And it's just like, people are allowed to have their opinions, but because the internet gives so many people access to us nowadays, people actually think that their opinions are valid. And that's a big problem because what one woman might not like, another woman might find empowerment in that. And for me, doing gangbangs and stuff like that, I enjoy doing that. It was something that I've always fantasized about. It wasn't because I had situations in the past as a child that, put me in this mind frame of being like, oh, I want to get gang raped because I was gang raped when I was younger. And
exactly.
I think at first I was like, okay, wow, this is dope. I'm on World Star Hip Hop, right? I never thought that I would make it on World Star Hip Hop saying that shit. But that's a huge accomplishment. So after all the positivity and being like, oh my God, this is dope, it went left because I think that regular human beings are slightly ignorant and they took it as me wanting to be gang raped. There's a difference between, and I really want to make this clear to everyone who's listening and watching, there's a difference between being gang raped and gang banged. A gang bang is consensual. I agreed to do this. Nobody's forcing me. Nobody's hurting me. At any time, I can say stop. And because I'm in porn, that's a benefit of being able to explore my sexual desires. It's in a safe environment. Ooh. And I feel like as a woman, when the clip went viral, initially I was like, wow, this is dope. But then it dawned on me because I started getting all these DMs from these random people. And they're like, oh, the gang want to run you. And it's like, if I run into these people outside and they try that shit, they're going to get shot. And this is what it is because it's non-consensual. You know what I mean? So
people took it too fucking far, pretty much.
They just took it really far. And a lot of people just had a lot to say about me as a person. A lot of people were, just saying like I didn't have my parents in my life. I didn't have a good relation. As soon as that shit hit the internet, I called my dad. Dad.
I'm just letting you know. This is about to go viral.
I'm going viral on the internet for saying that I like being gang banged and I like having several different men have sex with me. And he was just like, okay, I love you. And I did the same thing right before I got into porn. Hey, Dad, listen, I'm thinking about doing this. I have an interview. I think I'm going to do it. I really want to do this. Are you sure this is what you want to do? You know it's on the internet forever. Yeah, this is what I want to do. And to me, whether for any man in my life, I feel like, or any person that has importance in my life, I feel like it is my due diligence to come to them and tell them up front from my mouth so that their friends and, you know, their people, other people around them aren't coming and saying things to him. Because my dad, I don't want to put too much family information out there because, you know, but my dad's not popular, but he's well known in the community. Okay. And I didn't want like his friends being like, oh, did you see this video clip of this bitch she talking about she want to get around? I want to like, and it's your daughter. So I just called him and I told him, and he was okay with it. And he was just like, well, thank you for letting me know. And I was just like, yeah, you know.
It is what it is. Yeah. I like that you guys are close enough where you can do that and just have that conversation. But for me, as I was watching that clip, I was like, hell yeah, she like, listen, that is a fantasy that a lot of women have.
And don't want to talk about it because they get shamed.
But why can't they talk about it? If a man can want 2 women at once, 3 women, 4 women, 5 women, what's wrong with a woman saying, hey, I want 2 men or 3 men? Like, what's the issue?
Let me tell you, first and foremost, there are a lot of men who don't get pussy.
Okay? Oh, well, that's true too.
So when you look at somebody like me and I'm like, shit, I can have whoever I want, that can infuriate someone who can't. And it just boils down to being envious and jealous. Now, to go back to the woman wanting several different, we can. I'm breaking that barrier by saying it and going viral that, hey, you know, I'm a single woman. I don't have any children. I make my own money. And if I want to have sex with several different men, as long as they're consenting partners and we're all safe, tested, and we have an agreement, then we can do that. And it's nothing wrong with that because, again, it's not about... it's not even at the end of the day, it doesn't boil down to just sex. It's really about safety. Yes. And exploring your own personal fantasies and desires. A lot of women could never get 2 men in the same room with them and have their dicks out. It just isn't going to happen because they're not that attracted to her. It just is what it is. It's bad enough that I'm sitting here fucking this bitch and I don't want to fuck her. Now you want to put a dick in there too? And, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I think a lot of it is they're like, damn, I wish I could be that free, or I wish I had that kind of energy. Because it's an energy, yes, confidence, yes. Because you can be an attractive woman or an attractive man, but there's attractive and then there's sexy.
Well, thank you.
I'm just saying. They're not one and the same. So
sex appeal is completely different from someone who is attractive. Yes. Because the ugliest person can be attractive if they're a nice person. But when you're a sexy individual, it's just more so like everybody kind of wants a piece of it. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if you're nice or not. They're like, you fucking meanest bitch in the world and I still want to fuck you. God damn, that's a turn on. Like, and it's like, what the fuck? But if an ugly girl does that, it's like, girl, who do you think you are?
Who do you think you is? Yes. I always tell ladies, like, you want to know if you're attractive or not? Do men hold open doors for you? Are they extra nice to you in public? Like, you know.
Yeah, and I get men who are so intimidated that they don't even want to look me in the face. They're just like, no. Like, damn, and she's nice. I got a wife, girlfriend at home. I can't do it.
So let me ask you this, Cali. How do you think people experience you? Like, when you're just, let's say like a dude wants to get to know you, or you, like how would he experience you? Are you more like a homemaker? Are you very like super adventurous? Do you more rely on him to take lead? Like, where do you kind of fall?
Well, all of those things when it comes to dealing with a man, because as a woman, I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily submissive. Being a strong Black woman doesn't necessarily always allow me to be in that light. I'm definitely a Susie homemaker. I'm definitely adventurous. And I definitely like a man that can take control. Like, if I'm with a man, I don't want to have to think. I don't want to have to use my wallet. And that's just something that comes with, I don't know. I guess it's just, I know. I would say that I'm an alpha woman, right?
Okay.
But I am submissive to an alpha male. So if a man is able to present dominance in a way that is respectful, that makes me want to kind of like do more for him, then I'm for that. I like hiking. I like dirt bike. Like I grew up as a tomboy.
Gotcha.
I used to be climbing trees and roofs and poles and, running around in the neighborhood, riding bikes and dirt bikes. And so now that I've grown into being an actual woman, like, yeah, I would say that I would be very submissive. Like when I deal with men, I know that most men aren't always in control of their life. They don't get a lot of love. They don't get a lot of compliments. They don't get reassurance. They don't get the ego boost. They don't get all those things. And so for me, like I know how to provide that to a man without it being obvious. The roles have been reversed.
True.
Now you got all these women because there's so many, a lot of younger women who make a lot of money on the internet.
True.
And they got these men not being manly, and I just love me a manly man. Like,
it's a shortage of those. I tell women all the time, like, it's they call it online, we're in a sassy man era. That's
the
what
hoochie daddies. There's too many hoochie daddies. I'm like, give me the macho man. Like, be like, hey, I got this outfit for you. I'm finna come bring it to you. Now I'm finna go home and get dressed. You get ready. I'm gonna come pick you up at 7. We finna go eat. Boom. Done. People make shit complicated. Now men want that. Men want you to call them and be like, hey, let me take you out on a date. Like, what?
Listen, men don't even approach women. That's a whole nother issue right there. You got to start there first. They don't even approach women like that.
Yeah.
So,
they be trying to find them on TikTok and shit, talking about find her for me. Why go
look for her? Yeah.
She's sitting right in front of you. You can't even just be like, hey, how you doing? I think you're beautiful. I was looking at you from a distance. I want to get to know you better. If you don't have a man, you're not in a relationship and you're open to it. And I think that it's just all about communication. A lot of people who don't know how to use their words, they don't know how to talk. Just not even
because we're not social. We're not social anymore.
Because everybody's on the internet.
Yeah. So then once you meet somebody in person, it's like, oh, damn, now I feel your energy and she's right in front of me. And oh my God, she's so pretty. And it's like, I don't know what to say.
That's a big thing. Excuse me. I've met people off the internet who are extremely lit. And I mean lit. Like, they're funny, they're entertaining. I meet them in person and they're dry.
Oh.
And I'm just like, what happened to all that personality that you had on Twitter or Instagram or TikTok? Like, so you're an actress or an actor, and that's fine. I think that for me, I created Cali Caliente as a character, right? But there are different layers to me as a human being and as a person. And I don't feel the need to share everything with everybody on the internet. Some things need to be left for yourself. And I understand how some people make a lot of money on the internet based off marketing. And then that marketing then becomes their personality.
True.
And then their personality doesn't exist because it's in the metaverse.
Good point. Then you meet them in person, you be like, ooh, that's disappointing.
Dry
You be like, that's so disappointing.
It's the butt end of the toast that's been sitting out for 3 days. Why you so dry, bitch?
Why you so dry? That's true. It's because I even do like comedy on my show as well, and I tell people, because they be like, oh, you should do stand-up, and it's like, no. It's one thing to be funny in front of a camera. It's another thing to be on stage.
Yeah, I get told that I'm funny in real life.
See, that's what
that's having a conversation. They be like, "Oh my God, you're actually really funny too." I'm like, I'm just talking. Like, I don't, but okay.
Those are the best people to be around for sure.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: you have worked for Kink.com, Brazzers, Dog Fart. What's your favorite company so far that you've worked with, or you've been contracted with? That's the proper term.
I've never been contracted, just to be clear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right. I've never been contracted. My favorite company to work with would have to be anything under the Vixen umbrella. So far, I've only shot for Deeper and Tushy. And the reason why I say that is because were the only ones who actually treated me like a queen throughout the whole process of me getting booked. They pay for everything as far as flight, hotel, food, Uber, nails. They provide wardrobe. And for me, like, that's the only kind of treatment that I want on set. I don't ever want to have to go on set and have to do my own hair, my own makeup, provide clothes. Like, I just feel like for the amount of money that these companies make, they pick and choose who they want to do that for. And a lot of times they have tried to lowball me or treat me like I wasn't a top talent because for the Black women in the industry, it's a little bit more difficult.
Okay, let's speak on that. Yeah.
Sure. Ask me a question.
So why is it more difficult for the Black female talent? I mean, the Black males, they have their own issues as well, but why do they try to lowball you guys or try to act like you're not as attractive as the blonde-haired, blue-eyed chick?
The porn industry is extremely racist. It's ran by a bunch of old white people. Let's just be honest. And then on top of that, it's business. Now, and I say that because I understand why some people don't get booked, right? But what I don't understand is why more Black women aren't being contracted, why they aren't shooting 4, 5, 6, 7 times a month. Chill out, Kamiko. Hold on, my dog is acting crazy.
You're fine. I think your dog actually kind of looks like my dog.
Probably. He's spoiled. If you have a Yorkie, they are extremely whiny. Mm-hmm. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yours kind of.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. That's funny.
The exact same dog. When you search, or actually like on Pornhub, if you look at the stats, I think Ebony is like the 3rd most searched down. So it's like threesomes, public, or something like that. And
interracial was number 1 for a while.
So I think it's interracial, threesomes, and then Ebony.
Yeah.
But they try to belittle us, and it's not just Black women, it's talent in general. The porn industry is not set up for you to be able to succeed in it. The companies make it so that you have to continue to come back. Gotcha. If it gets to a point where everybody, like, let's just say all the Black talents pull out of the industry and stop shooting for the production companies, right? It would only be a matter of time before they started making changes because they have to, because they still need us. But there's so many people that are like, oh, I need that check, that people aren't willing to do it. And then for the people that are willing to take a step back, what happens is you have these more eager girls that are new in the industry who are trying to build their brand, who don't give a fuck. They don't care. Oh, they're excited to go on these sets. They don't care what they got to do to get there. When I first started porn and I wanted to get into the industry, I was living in the Bay Area and I was trying to get an agency to contract me so that I could start shooting mainstream. Okay. And I was like, I don't want to do boy girl yet. I kind of want to ease my way in. I want to do more like fetish stuff, girl stuff. And then like they were like, oh, well, there's a difference between someone who wants to be a star. Chill out, Kamiko. I'm doing an interview. Chill out. There's a difference between someone who wants to be a star and someone who's a hobbyist. So they were referring to me because I was saying like, oh, I don't want to jump head first into anal.
Like, right. Let me build up to that. Yeah.
They were like, oh, well, you're not going to make it far and we're not going to book 3 shoots for you to come out and we're not going to pay for your whole. They were like, you're not in a buckfuck town and you're not a white girl. So basically you'll have to find your own way, room and board. Like, we're not paying for none of that shit. You got to figure it out. Damn. And I was like, this is how the industry works. I was like, I thought that the porn industry, everybody was making money and everybody was happy and this and that. But I found out it's all an illusion. So that was like a big slap in the face for me. And then they don't really go for the really like hood Black girls. They go for like anything that looks exotic or more of like a suburban white girl with curly hair, no tattoos. Gotcha. So, it gets weird, but I try not to think about it too much. I just focus on what benefits me. because I knew that when I got into the industry that I wasn't planning on being in the industry forever. That's just not my end goal. So.
Okay. What are your future goals, if you can speak on
that? I don't speak on my future goals.
Gotcha.
I got too many people watching, hating on me, trying to figure out my next move and what I'm doing.
Smart
next,
woman.
So they can try and do it first,
but you have plans. That's all that matters.
I definitely
you have a plan.
I have plans in it, whether it be getting behind the scenes within the industry or completely leaving the industry altogether. And because I feel like at this point, my work speaks for itself. And if they don't want to value me because I'm a Black woman or because I have tattoos or because, I don't know, some hating ass bitch said that I was a diva on set, then I will simply just eliminate myself from the market and make myself more exclusive.
I'm not mad at that. Makes sense. I wanted to ask you this as well, because a lot of people seem to think that basically that you never had any like dreams or aspirations outside of the industry. So before you got into the industry, like what else were you interested in? Did you want to be, a dentist or something? I don't know. You just never know. So that's why I always ask people, if you weren't doing what you're doing right now, what would it be?
I always knew that I would be in some form of entertainment, whether it be music, acting, dance. Okay. I grew up in the church home. And during like my high school and college years, I did a lot of like performance art stuff, which is why it translates so well onto the camera. So I always knew that I would be an entertainer. I just thought that I would probably be on like stages performing in front of millions of people, which might be technically.
I was gonna, okay. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Okay. It's something that I like to ask people that are in controversial fields, because people forget that you're human. Like Lexington Steele was like a stockbroker back in the day. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people don't know, basically porn saved his life because he would have been in that building when 9/11 happened. So it's just like, but people would never believe it, or like how he's a Christian. Are you religious or spiritual? Or
I'm spiritual.
Okay, gotcha. See, people, they not evil people. I said it because I brought King Noir on, and they just, a lot of people loved it. Then a lot of people were like, he stuck a dildo in his mouth. Why are you talking to him? Like, so what?
And that's the thing. It's just like, mind your business. Like, why so many people be so worried about other people and what they have going on or what their preference is or what they like. And like, I'm not that type of person. I think that I'm very far from judgmental when it comes to people doing what they want to do. But like, if they try and bring certain things over here, then I'm like, nah, I ain't with that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not really something I'm comfortable with. But do your thing. Like, you know what I mean? I'm never like, oh, hell no. Like, that's gross. Like, no, it's just like, nah, that's just not my thing. I probably got some kinks that are nasty that, people would be like, oh my God, you're disgusting. And I'm just like, yep. There's somebody out there that like it.
Facts. Big facts. And I think it's just all about exploring it and being able to do it in a safe way, because so many people are just repressed sexually. And that's why they mad, and that's why they constipated.
The reality is like, you just need a nut.
You literally.
I literally just be telling people when I talk to someone and they're having a bad day or their energy is kind of low, I'm like, you need your dick sucked? Like, yes. Do you need some jack off material? Like, I promise you release those endorphins.
You will be good.
Is like, and the real problem is like, people be walking around angry, miserable, upset at the world. And it's just like, you just need a nut and everything will be fine.
Everything would be fine. I even love like, I would say even like with myself, I had like stopped having sex for like 4 years. Long story. But anyway, once I started back having sex, I started to love life again. Like I was...
He was like, I'm not even grumpy anymore. Why was I so grumpy? Yeah,
I know. I was such an old man, and now I'm like, oh wow, okay. So it's just sometimes people, you just got to get that frustration out, and then you can think clear.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: when it comes to size, does size matter?
It matters.
It does.
It does matter.
What's your ideal?
I probably shouldn't be saying that because I know it's a lot of little. Sorry, guys. I was gonna take it there, but I'm gonna be nice. Size matters on camera. It doesn't matter in a personal life. Like 7 inches of some good strokes is fine if you know how to work it. But I like girth because the pencil dicks hurt. They do. I don't want to feel you hitting my walls. Like with a big dick, it stretches it. With a little dick, it's like poking. And it just doesn't feel good to me personally. And then I have to act like it feels good to not hurt your ego when in actuality, I'll probably never fuck you again. So,
for that very reason. Okay.
For that reason, because it's not pleasurable for me.
So it's not necessarily about the length. It is literally the girth.
Yeah, it's more so the girth.
I've always thought that. Okay.
I mean, that's just for me personally speaking.
That makes sense. Listen, because I mean, when I tell you, that's another big thing. You know, women are always like, I need 11 inches. I need 12 inches. I need 30. And I'm like, first off, you don't even know what that looks like.
Or feels like.
Or feels like. Because I be hearing stories about women that be running. So I'm just like, I don't think you're quite ready for that. But.
Yeah. I mean, the more turned on the woman is, the more likely she is to be able to take a big dick. And I think that men who have big dicks know that. So they incorporate a lot of foreplay into their sex so that they can make sure that when they do put it in, that it's not painful. But like I said, on camera, because it's obviously like visual, obviously I want the biggest dick I can find.
Exactly.
I'm bounce on that bitch like a polo stick. I'm gonna have all the fun with it that I can. Like, I'm finna try and make it fit in every hole. Like, stop playing with me.
Speaking of fitting on every hole, how the hell do y'all get it in your ass? Like how?
I trained. I was working with a guy that was completely obsessed with booty holes. And he had a couple of girls that he was shooting content with. And then the pandemic hit. And he was like, I need more people to shoot with. I can shoot content with you. And in exchange for shooting content with you, you can keep the content and I'll train your asshole for you. So I was like, all right, cool. So he helped me. He taught me how to stretch, helped me stretch. And then by the time the pandemic was over and I was ready to do all anal scenes, I had stretched my butthole out to a point where I was able to handle like some of the biggest dicks in the industry.
What? Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, because you think about that area, like, okay, how does it like?
Well, first of all, the asshole stretches. It's just like any other muscle. So anything in your body, if you do it long enough and create the habit of doing it, it will eventually,
give
form to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like with anal, there's like this, not button, but like just this. Okay.
You had to get the dog together. Okay.
Yeah, I let a couple of people watch him and he didn't come back the same. And now his behavior is different because they untrained him from the training I did. He just wants some attention. Come on. Come. Lay down. Good boy. Okay. So, yeah, like one time I was stretching and then like I felt like this pop and then it just got bigger and I was like, oh, like how do I do that again? So, it's all about training.
Did it hurt though, or was it?
No, absolutely not. No.
Really?
It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. It only hurts when I haven't done it for a really long time. And then like the first few strokes of like getting it in past the skin part, like that, it's like this little part. Once you get it, you know how they always say you got to get the head in?
Yes.
Once you get the head in, it opens because the head is, you think about it, if you think about a dick, the head is the smallest part, right?
Right.
So once you get past the head and you get to the girth, it's open. So now as you're stroking in and out, you're not feeling that poking pain of trying to get in. It's already in. It then becomes pleasure. Well, at least for me. And then I don't mind the pain. The pain actually feels good to me because, yeah.
You in the pain a little bit.
Yeah. That's why I have tattoos and piercings. But yeah.
Gotcha. Listen, I'm the same way, believe me. Okay, I'm glad you spoke on it and you explained it. Now this is my question. after doing anal, like, how can I ask this being respectful? Do you ever find yourself shitting on yourself? I just need to know.
No.
Really?
No.
No issues with going to the bathroom after.
No, I've heard of girls having issues from taking too many Imodiums and then being constipated or anything like that, but I have absolutely no problems having bowel movements at all. And I use the bathroom regularly, so it's a lot of times when I go to clean out, I don't even be having too much residue in there.
Damn. Okay. Okay. All right. You answered it. It's just, you talk. I've talked to some people where they make it seem like the worst experience ever.
It's because they don't enjoy it. It's because they didn't take the proper precautions to actually learn how to learn their body. Like after I learned the process of like how to do anal, how to clean out, how to stretch, I started doing it on my own. Like I would go home and still do these things to make sure that I was stretching. Like the other day, because I hadn't done anal in a long time and I was getting ready to do like some anal content, I was like, I probably should stretch and see it. And I have like this really big butt plug that's like this big, and I've made it fit before. But the other day it wasn't really trying to go in, and I was just like, all right. So I had stretched and I came, and after I came, I was just like, but I really want to get this butt plug. And I'm like, I know I can fit it. So I went back and I started doing it again, and then I ended up getting it in, and I'm just like, okay, like I am still there.
You're like, I still got it, damn it.
Yeah.
But now that you said that, okay, I'm thinking how like last year I was almost able to do the splits, and then now that I've slacked up on stretching,
see what I mean?
My pelvis is even really tight, so I have to build that back. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it has to be a habit. It has to be like second nature. If I didn't go back and stretch my asshole, I wouldn't have got that butt plug in. But I was extremely determined, so I was like, nah, like I need to make sure that when I go do this anal scene, I'm not having any issues as far as like not being able to perform. So I was just like, and I walked around with it in for a little bit, and it's heavy, so I don't know, like it started feeling like it was sliding out, and I was just like, well, if like I couldn't tell if it was coming out or if it was just dry from the lube drying up, and so that's when it kind of becomes uncomfortable, because when it's really big and it's thick like that, once the lube starts to dry up, it can get stuck to your skin.
Ooh, okay.
I mean, I think my asshole produces its own lubrication, though.
Let's talk about that. I didn't know that assholes could do that. I didn't know assholes. And then I saw a video where like it looked like she was creaming, and I'm like, wait a minute, did they cut? And then I'm like, what?
No, I've definitely had buttgasms before. I actually never squirted until I did anal.
What?
Yeah, now I squirt all the time, but I had to get fucked in the ass for that to even happen. So, but yeah, I have buttgasms, and it comes out as like jelly. It's like jelly.
Blowing my mind here. You blowing my mind. I literally thought that was something that was just added. I didn't think that was like,
yeah, no, it's a thing.
I need to go explore more.
It's important that you do research on sex. Like, if you want to try something, do some research, Google some stuff, talk to people who do it. Like, that's the only way to do it and be safe and do it the proper way, because I know a lot of people out here, especially now with OnlyFans, everybody's doing anal. And once you shit on a dude,
he might not call you back.
He might not call you back,
He might not. What they call it, don't paint me. I think that's what they say. Don't paint me. Yeah.
I mean, but then again, some people like that shit. So
I'm not in the scat play. They can have that.
I'm not into it either. But if they're paying me enough, I will do it.
Oof. Okay.
I used to get paid $500 a week to go take a shit in the morning and send it to this guy on Snapchat.
I'm sorry, what now? Okay.
Yeah. Before I got into porn, there was a man on Snapchat paying me $500 a week to shit.
You know what though? That ain't crazy, because I got offered $300 to step on somebody's face. They just wanted to worship my feet.
Yeah, people have fetishes that they, Hey, listen, I don't judge.
I'm probably missing a bag. Like, you want me to step? I can fucking step on your face. That's it.
Mm-hmm. As long as you don't hurt them, though, and then you make them sign a waiver. I've also had a slave for over 7 to 10 years now, I think, that I used to beat up, ball busting, kicking him in the ball, stepping on his balls. I made him bleed one time. But I made him sign a waiver. And then as he got older, he stopped being into that kind of activity and more so wanting to just worship and like kiss my feet and legs and stuff like that. And I was just like, that's fine. Damn. But yeah, I don't do too much dominatrix activity or fetish stuff anymore, just because I don't want to. Because I do mainstream porn, I don't really like to put myself in a situation where I could catch something or injure myself or somebody else from doing activities. So
I get that. I will say, definitely listening to you today, I definitely I got to find some volunteers because some of this shit I need to see you in person. But I even started. That's why I started going to like the different sex clubs and like talking to people and exploring different things I like to do, because it's like, where else can you go and do that in a safe environment, so to speak?
The porn industry, and that's why so many people are getting into the porn industry. It's people who want to explore their sexual desires, and that's fine. I just don't think everybody should be a content creator or in porn trying to explore those sexual desires. I saw something on the internet the other day. It was a BBW. Lord Jesus. And a man was fucking her belly button.
What?
And I was just like, this is why I need to stay off the internet. You know, it'd be like, I don't want to see a lot of different things, but there's a avenue for everyone.
You know what, though? Why am I sitting here laughing? I've definitely fucked a fold. Not a belly button, but a fold.
What fold?
Like when a person's big.
No, I know what a fold is, but where? Like what part of the body?
The stomach.
Under the stomach, the fupa?
Fupa area.
The flufa? Did you know?
I really didn't. And it gets really sweaty. That's the thing too. And then it's just a slip and slide after a while. I was young. This was years ago. This was like 12 years. Like I was probably.
Oh my God. This is blowing my mind because I can see it.
I probably was 19 legitimately.
I mean, shit. Listen. Like I said, I don't shame. I'm not shaming nobody, but that's crazy. Like you thought you was getting some good pussy.
Look, I was learning, but one thing I did learn, especially like for whatever reason, big girls like short dudes. I don't know what it is, but I'm also strong. So it's like, they'd be like, nah, you can't take, no, I can fucking take you. But with the big girls, you got to like bend them over. And it's
a lot more work.
It is. It is.
They say fucking like thick girls it's fun. It's fun, but
it feels very good.
But skinny girls or petite girls take dick better. Supposedly.
I agree.
So, but I think that like BBWs and then like thicker girls, they have tighter, smaller pussies, is what I've heard. Because it's just nothing but meat around it, and then like you get inside, and it's just like a real small thing.
I would definitely say I've definitely seen more thicker girls squirt than skinnier girls, for sure.
I don't know. That's a button you got to find on your own.
True.
Yeah.
Is squirt pee? What is squirt?
Depends on who's doing it.
Okay. What about when it's in porn? Is it usually pee?
Depends on who's doing it. Again. Damn. Most of the time it's stimulated. They'll give you like a bunch of water or Pedialyte to make sure that you're hydrated. If it like then it's pee, but if it's like then it's squirt.
Then it's squirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I've definitely peed on some people before.
It didn't stop him. It didn't stop him.
It never does.
You have been a blast to talk to.
Thank you.
You have been a joy. Let the people know where they can find you and follow you.
You guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter at the Cali Caliente. If you want to check out any of my porn, all you have to do is Google me, Cali Caliente. Or if you want to check out my OnlyFans, which is free right now, I'm about to go change that because it's been free for like 3 days.
Okay.
But it's at the Cali Caliente as well. Everything is the Cali Caliente, or you can just Google Cali Caliente and I should pop up. But make sure that you go to like my Pornhub, my X videos, and make sure that it's actually my page so that I get paid per click for the content that you watch.
Gotcha.
It's a storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.